is Mia. Very excited to share my planner stack. We have my happy planner, my rings, my travel notebook, which is like my everyday move around between meetings notebook, my Foxy Fix, which is my personal life planner, and my little small notebook that I use for my rolling to-do list. Let's do this. So this is my little notebook that I use to keep my rolling to-do lists. It is all ready and set up for the month of July. I usually have an affirmation here. I indicate the color that I'm going to use to indicate personal things, business, the washi of the month as I call it. And then for the rest of the month, I will just use these pages to keep my continued to-do list. At the end of every week, I go through and mark off what's done, what's not done, what needed some more revisions to be done. But as you can see, Operation Get Rid of the Washi. The entire month of June, I used this cute little washi. The entire month of May, I used this washi. And I will keep it going. So July, I just wanted to go with like a little simple black and white theme with a little sprinkle of color. And so this is the washi. I'm really excited. This is my little rolling to-do notebook that I kind of keep just on my desk as things come up, and I just need to make sure I organize. And I'll explain again how I use this. So this little chunky monkey only goes with me, very rarely leaves the house. Depending on how long I'll be gone, I will take it with me, and I keep it in my purse, so it's always close to me for so many reasons. I typically keep my ID, my passport, tickets, hotel information in here, and you'll see why. So I have a few business cards, my little alien, because I swear I'm not of this planet. This is an old license, which I just love because it has my favorite, the best license picture I've ever taken. Like I mentioned, in here we have, if I can get it out, my passport. This is where I always keep it. I always have a checkbook with me. I always keep this in here for so many reasons because, yeah, no, never want to lose it. These dashboards, I haven't changed in years. What I have done is added to them, but this is kind of like my happy space. I have a lot of just, you'll see. So we have my vellum, some acetate. At the top of it, we have my grandparents, my dad's parents. On this dashboard, the letter M, because, you know, I'm Mia. Trust like friends, love like sisters. This is my first notebook, which I use specifically for life stuff. So whether it's packing lists, grocery lists, just things that I like to keep note of, that stuff goes into this notebook. You'll see that I have a lot of just positive little notes in here. Hello, gorgeous. Some sticky notes, a company I used to work for. This dashboard, some of my loves of my life, my best friends since life and college, my sister, of course. Wonderful patch. Now, I've had this patch for a long time, and I never put it on anything. I said, you know what? Let me just add it to my planner. So I added this recently. Another positive quote, there is no such thing in anyone's life as an unimportant day. So I love that. So this has been in here for some time. This is my love's mom. She passed away almost 2 years ago. And you'll see, like, I have a lot of my special ancestors in here. This particular one is house stuff. Things that I just need to do to the house, want to do to the house, plan on doing to the house, account information from the house, all that stuff goes in here. Another patch that I had, this patch I've had for some time, never used it. And I said, you know what, let me leave it in there because let's see what it says, by any means necessary. And that is how I live my days. Another loves in heaven page. This is my best friend's mom, who's also my parents' best friend from college. My auntie and my cousins, my dad's sister, and then my mom and another one of her best friends from college, both who have gone on to support from above. So this is like, I'm not changing it. These are this particular book, this particular one, these dashboards will stay this way for a long time, because boy, oh boy, how these women have just watched over me. Motivate, inspire, right here, always a heart, because I lead with love. If you know, you know, as if one of my favorite movies, my sister and I, this little wonderful thing right here is, I never felt the need to have a calendar in this particular thing because nothing in here is date specific. However, I did get a little small pocket size calendar because I do like to keep note of some things, and this just kind of, it comes in and comes out, but it fits and it works and it's cute, so why not? Added a pin loop here. Again, I've had this pin loop for who knows how long, never used it. I said, you know what? I'm adding it because I am Operation Use All the Things, and I have so many things, so I'm using them, right? The next one is business, and, I have multiple projects of my own that I work on, and so as well as my business information, just to keep it when I need it, because, like I said, this doesn't go far or doesn't go out often, but it does go out. And when I'm in other countries, sometimes I need, my business information. So I just kind of keep it here because this is the one like no one shall find. My next one is goals. And here I have a plethora of things. But again, just showing some of the loves of my life, my line sisters, just things that make me happy, things that make me smile, are what go in here. So good vibes only. And my last section I'm moving into, so this one says, hey girl, love that smile, that's so fresh. Ode to one of my favorite movies again. Be brave, just happiness, right? So this is what this one is all about. But nestled in between all of these pages are things that are ultra important in my last one, health. So I like to keep track of a lot of things. My vitamin regimen, vitamins, I don't take a lot of medication, but just keeping track of the things I do, the things I eat, things that make me feel good, things that don't make me feel well. I have to get, a number of immunization shots for when I travel at times. So all those records are in here. And of course, nestled with more love, this picture of my dad looking sharp because, my dad is 75 and he looks amazing. Yeah, so that is, this one right here. My father went to something and they had these cards, and of course, that's her name. So I kept that. My father has been musically inclined his entire life, from playing every form of saxophone there is to singing. So this kind of, that represents him. And then last but not least, cue the rainbow, because hey, who doesn't love a rainbow? And that is this planner. Oh, I forgot. So just a back pocket to make it look cute. Strawberry shortcake card, because who doesn't love strawberry shortcake? I made this at a planner conference, and I just thought that it was so cute. I'm trusting. Oops, it's caught on the pen. I'm trusting the process, which if you know me, you know that is always something that I tell people, trust the process because it won't fail you. God's got you. So yeah, this is my Foxy fix, which comes out sometimes, but very rarely. Thank goodness, because she's heavy, because as you can see, she is chunky. Now this baby is my everyday. I touch it a million times. I have figured out how to move lighter because I don't want to be a bag lady forever, and sometimes it's just way too much. So this is the notebook that I use, traveler's notebook that I use. I usually keep about 3 inserts in here just because I like to replace as I go, and this kind of helps me keep track of how many more I need to purchase. Like I'm down to I have 2 more left after these are full. I just emptied out one. So Again, spreading joy. As you can tell, I love these stickers. I have these stickers. I have the calendar inserts. I have the desk calendar. Love this brand. I've been purchasing for a little while now, and I just think it's cute, right? I won't go into a whole lot of detail about this, but these are where my general notes just get jotted down from my meeting with my partner. And I go through here, and this is how it usually starts, as I've explained before, my journey of just making sure that the tasks get done. I keep this little baby right here because as I flip through, like I haven't done my flip through for this weekend. Usually I flip through it on Friday or over the weekend to see what's gotten done, what needs to get done. And then if I haven't done it, or I've done some things on it, but there might be one or two lingering things, I take one of these stickies, put it on there so that I can then write it and put that information into this little doohickey, because this is what I use to create my plan for the week. So yeah, not a whole lot. But these are the little tabs that I use. And I have stickies in here because I use them, again, my sister and I, because she is my love of my life. Well, one of them, because, I have a whole, my man. But this notebook, and then I have this notebook. This is one of my favorite pieces of art that my mother created. She made this painting when I was a teacher, and I had this one in what I call Elvis. And I don't know if it was inspired by Elvis, but it looks like Elvis, and I'll share it one day. But this is one of my favorite paintings that my mom had. And when I moved to Atlanta, obviously I didn't travel with a lot of her artwork because she's no longer here, and that artwork is very, 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 very special to my family. And so I decided to keep those things at home. However, the power of pictures and printers, I printed this little thing out, and now I can have it with me because it's my mom's artwork and I love it. And some more of those That's So Fetch stickies, because Operation Washi and Operation Sticky, I have so many stickies, and I am going to use them. And then obviously I probably won't use them all, but I'm going to lend them to someone, but I'm going to use the ones that I purchased that I just love so much. This little girl, she's been with me for a long time. I just thought she was always cute. Okay, so with my traveler's notebook, I would say that what comes in second place to that, well, really, it's neck and neck. I use this. This is my Stalogy. I use this every single day. This is what I wake up and say, okay, what is today going to look like? And I just start writing my to-do list down. So what I did was, in the beginning of this, I just added the rest of the year. So June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I then added some pictures of me and my honey. This is another piece of artwork that used to be in my mother's art gallery when she owned her art gallery. It was called the Muse Art Gallery. So I keep that. It's been 15 years since she's been gone, so it's probably been about 35 years since she had that gallery, but I still have that postcard because, it's my mom's. Some vellum. This was the beginning of June. We are now going into, we're almost finished June. This is my favorite little bookmark. It's my best friend and I from when we were little girls. I think we might have been like 3 or 4 in this picture, maybe 4 in this picture, but we were at the top of this, sliding board that used to frighten the hell out of me because it was so big. But anyway, I use this, and I usually stick sticky notes on here. This is kind of like my little jot down for what this week will look like, and I always keep that on this right here. This is my little divider for the week. As you can see, we are finishing up the month of June and intro the month of July. So this is like my July dashboard. I realized that at first I wasn't really sure if I wanted to have a calendar in my Stalogy that I actually could write on, because I had, like you saw at the beginning of the Stalogy, the months. However, I realized that sometimes I just need to have a little quick glance or look or indicate something. And so I kind of did this little thing right here, and I wasn't going to sit there and draw the boxes, but I found that little personal planner that I have inside of my Foxy Fix. I got 2 of them, and I just pulled out the month of July and just washied it down, because again, Operation Washi. So this same washi that is in my rolling to-do list notebook, you'll see it here along with the other 2 washis that I'm going to use. So every page this month of July will have this washi. So this is the beginning of that. Obviously, we're not in July yet, so I don't have my Tuesday of July. I still have Monday of June here, and June is the 30th, and then I'll flip into this, as you can see, my monthly, and then I will go into July. But at the beginning of each month, I do have an affirmation that I write, and so I already did my affirmation for the month of July. It says, I move with clarity. It says, I move with clarity, confidence, and divine alignment. This month, I call in purpose-driven partnerships, powerful platforms, and aligned prosperity. Everything I've built, every room, every idea I shape is preparing the way for generational impact. I'm grounded in grace, guided by strategy, and surrounded by solutions. I release distractions and delays. I welcome victory. And so every month I start with my own personal affirmation. And then obviously, like I said, I have the month here, and then I will go into what each day of July looks like. And I've kind of already pre-planned out what my days should look like. And this is just something I start going through this little doohickey. Again, we come back here. I go through this little doohickey, which is after I went through my traveler's notebook and looked at all the things that hadn't been completed, need more information, jot it down here. So then when I get here into Stalogy, I can just add everything in and make it make sense. This baby never leaves the house. I got her at my very first planner conference, and I have to say it was my favorite planner conference. It was the Chicago Planner Conference. I walked in, and you guys, to know my life, which boy, oh boy, it's been a life. Like, I'm no different than anyone else, but it was during one of the lowest parts of my life. I just had a surgery, and I was septic like 8 times. But if you know what septic is, it means that you were born on, basically you could have died from this infection. But needless to say, I healed, I got better, and I went to my first planner conference, and look what I found, this cute little unicorn, and I had to have it. And what I use this for is for all of my brain dumping ideas, business, creativity. What I learned during that season was, I already heard and knew, let it be written, let it be done. But plans that I had in this planner right here, they come, they happen. So this planner is like, I said it right next. It's like my personal little Bible, right? It's my personal, not life stuff. This is business, but it's my happy space. And so this never leaves my house. So let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so again, all the happiness. Thick like my planner. Life is tough. Fucking no spin. This book right here I've used for banking information, passwords, things of that nature. No need to bring it out. Again, positivity, another little character that I've had since, oh my gosh, I've had her for years. I don't change the dashboards in here. I love them. And to be honest with you, I understood and I see and I get why people do the monthly dashboard themed, and it's cute and it's great. And the only one that I really care about sometimes is Christmas, because it just makes me feel good. But man, it's too much work, and I do a lot of work, and I just like to keep them staples. So what I do is this one, my Foxy Fix. The Foxy Fix, the biggest change that she gets is just a different Foxy Fix that I have. I have maybe about 4 that I rotate. One looks like more fall-ish, the other one looks more spring and summer, and the other one is kind of like winterish, and those are usually the 3 that I rotate through. I have another one that's like a nice dark brown. It's cute, but again, it's functionality for me, and it's cute, and it's everything I need on the inside, so I don't change it. This was a sticky. Great, loved it, and so I kept it. Another sticky. This is my girl Monday. I'm giving the same energy. My initial, another dashboard, more stickies, because again, these are things that when I'm near this book, things come to my mind. I'm like, oh, let me just jot this down real quick. And I put things in my phone, but I have to do a dump from my phone, my notes in my phone. And so the notes in my phone are usually what end up transferring here, because they're blog ideas, they're video ideas, they're all types of things for when Monday comes. And so that's where everything goes. So that's what this is. So like I said, this is my blog planning. Another dashboard with Monday work the plan, some more stickies because that's what gets used a lot here. So this is my blog planning, more stickies. My favorite animal in the whole wide world are owls. So those are everywhere. I have tattoos, I have mirrors, I have all things owls. Another piece of this is some vellum and acetate. I think I got this from the same conference, and I've had these in here for some time. Queen Bee is what the acetate says. And then this is like my blog log, and I'm showing this because I just finished my last one, so I got rid of that, so I don't have a problem showing it. I don't remember where I got these inserts from, but they're very super helpful in just tracking the blogs. And then once I do the blog and post the blog, I add it to my Notion board, and then it's kind of like how I archive things. So once it's done in here, I get rid of it. I don't want to hold on to the paper because it's a lot. You Are My Sunshine, another piece of this is vellum. I think this right here came from, it might have come from an Erin Condren, something that I had. I'm not quite sure. I could be wrong, but God bless all the people who remember. Yeah, God bless the people who know where everything comes from. I'm not the one, but listen, I love it all. So yeah, so then project planning, another little picture. This picture, when I tell you that smile was there, but those days were dark. But it just reminds me of how I've gotten through so much. Hello, gorgeous. Somebody who got me out of that slump mentally. This right here I've had forever and will not let it go. She's so cute. She holds a little coffee cup. I don't know where I got it from, but it's this little bubbly thing. I think I might have gotten from Michael's. It says hello. Another cute little person who I'm not letting go. Too many planners, not enough hands. Definitely how I feel. This came with some Happy Mail that I got a long time ago, and as you can see, it has a unicorn on it, so I wasn't letting it go. It's my favorite thing. These project logs, same sheets I got from the same person that I got the blog logs from. I don't remember. It wasn't a download. I feel like it was definitely a purchase. I don't remember printing these. So yeah, hopefully I can find them again, or I might have to make something for myself on our friend Canva. Because when I got these, I don't remember. I don't know if Canva was still the big thing back then. I don't know. Or I might not have had Canva back then, but I don't know. But either way, project logs, notes, another dashboard, another little clip, annual plan. So in my annual plans, well, I guess I'll share this. So again, more happy people, my best friend, Lion Sisters, me and my dad, my sister at her graduation, me and my dad again, my sister and myself, because, you know, these are my hearts, these are my loves. Another cute little unicorn. I don't know if you can see it because it's kind of, yeah, there you go. But this vellum has my name on it, Mia, with another M. Again, not letting it go. Extra is my middle name. Not necessarily, but I am extra when it comes to certain things, i.e. my planners, my pens, my things. But okay, so I take these, and I think I got this from a planner. I keep these because this is what I use to plan out certain things. And so this is my 25, 26. And then to-dos, stickies. I didn't add those some passwords. I didn't realize those were there. Another piece of vellum. And then my girl. This is my mom. This is my mom. This is my mother when she was on the cover of Jet magazine. One of my sister's best friends made a pillow for her, and I took a picture of the pillow because, you know, I couldn't say, hey, I want a pillow too, but cutest pillow. And then I have this on the back on this paper that I got from one of those books with, you know, all the paper from Michael's, and I just laminated it because my mother went. Yeah, she had a green thumb like no other, and so this just fitted. And again, you know, why not have mommy everywhere? Another pin loop that I used. Oops. Okay, here we go. Some more stickers, page tags. Another one of my girls. She's been with me forever. Some acetate that says hustle with some vellum. No, I'm sorry. Acetate picture for flowers. And then the acetate says hustle. And then just some to-dos. Again, this is all business. This doesn't go anywhere. Another dashboard, another one of my girls that I've had forever. Oh my gosh, I loved these. It was just so me. Jeans, sweaters, sunglasses, hat, keep it moving. again, jeans, jacket, bun. This is me. And then my pearl, and then last but not least, my last notebook that I use for other things. So yeah, this is my rings. This is the only thing that I use that are rings. And I really think it's because this just allows me to ebb and flow and not have to remove it when it's done, because it never gets, it's ongoing. I complete something, I move on, but it's forever going. It's not like a June, July 2025. This is a continuous space for me. So these are my rings. Last but not least, my happy planner, which I've said a million times how I use this one. I am all ready for the month of July. Yes, for July. I finished, well, I didn't finish, but we're almost finished with June. And this is my July spread, my 4th of July spread for this week. And I have a book that I am determined to use until the very end that had all these days. Did you know all these days exist for all these months? So I don't really use my monthly in this planner because I have so many things that I use and keep dates, but it does help to be able to flip and see, oh, what day is this on? What day is that on? What day is this on? So yeah. And then I've done my dashboard. My dashboard is kind of like my goals for the month in here, but not just my household goals, but this is my baby for the 4th of July week. Yeah. And these are the planners. Might as well add Operation Washi. So this little ball right here, it's actually a globe. If you can see it, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's a globe. It's one of my happy little things. Sometimes I'll hold it when I'm on conference calls or virtual calls. It just, the world, just me, just knowing where my imprint will be throughout life. The world, I definitely have a lot of world things I'm working on, world projects that will help support other countries. And I'm just super excited that I'm positioned to be able to do such. And this is just a reminder that your world is only as small as you are. And if you're open to just the things that God has purposed you here for, then the world is your oyster. Your purpose is to do what He's placed you here for. I know my goal is to touch and support. And so, yeah, I just kind of keep this. I got this I feel like I got this in Paris. I don't remember where. Yeah, I think it was Paris. And I just thought it was, no. This was in Paris. No. Okay, I don't remember, which is why I don't even get into the whole where I got things from, because I don't remember. I just remembered it was cute and it was something that spoke to me and what I love and who I am. And so I hold it and keep it dear. And I use it, as you can see, sometimes I use this as my, not even a stress ball, but, just to work the hands, so that carpal tunnel was real. Or I have this, which also sits in my pack. Now, this is to work the hands as well, because carpal tunnel is real and I do a lot of typing, so it just helps, and I keep this at hand. This thing does go with me everywhere, but my little globe that used to just roll around everywhere, right? And it would fall. And I said, oh, I can use this to keep my washi stack still so it doesn't fall. So it kind of anchors it so I don't knock it over. But anyway, enough about that. Okay. So, here we go. See, it just wants to roll. The thing just wants to roll. Okay, so since we're in Operation Washi, I did talk about how I'm using this stack of washi tape. This is this month's stack of washi tape. And so, again, Operation Washi, I started off using one roll for my rolling notebook, and it went really well. I actually finished a roll of washi that I've been using for other things this week. I was super duper proud. But now that we're ending the month of June, I put a huge dent in this washi tape. It's not done, but I put a dent in it and I feel good about it. These rolls of washi, now I went from using 1 to using 4, and I'm going to use them. This will be what I use in this goes into my rolling notebook, and I'll actually use this for the month of July in my Stalogy. So hopefully I make a good dent in these as well. And you guys, And I don't want to go on a rant, but I have to say I've wondered, and this might end up being another video because, those of us who use the stickers and the washies and the markers and things, you get a kit and there's a million stickers in this kit. You can't use the whole thing. You start wondering to yourself, am I wasting my money? I'm buying so many of them. I can't use them all. And so I made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to buy any more stickers unless I went to a convention. And then when I went to, not the last convention I went to, but the one before that, I said, I'm not even buying any more stickers at the conventions because you get a lot of them for free. And I just have so many of them and I don't want to throw them away. I have stickers. I have kits that I've had for at least 10 years because they're so cute. I don't want to use them, but I am in a season of purge. And so I'm the same way with the washi. So I'm going to be consistent about using this washi, and what I realize I don't use, I don't touch, I don't like, I'm going to gift it to someone because someone out there is new to this, and it's probably true to it. And I don't want them spending all of their money like I just spent a lot of money. And so, between Operation Washi, there's a lot of stickers that I could probably give to someone. I never travel with a lot of my stickers for the whole D-stash thing, so I'm going to figure it out. But between the washis, the stickers, the safety, the paper clips, yeah, Operation get them done, use it. And I'm even doing the same thing with my pen. So I'm excited. Half of the year's gone. We're into the last 6 months of the year and I'm excited. Thanks to all of you who share your planner, journal setups and everything, because it's definitely helpful to all of us. And then I think it's just joy that you guys spread from sharing your beloved space, as I call it, because hey, each one teach one, but we all love it. So yeah, thanks guys. Again, this is Mia sharing my stack, sharing my planners, excited about the next 6 months and what's to come. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.